Howdy everyone, Runt9 here, and welcome to Runt9 Plays King of Retail. King of Retail is a really unique, is probably the right word for it, tycoon game where you are essentially a manager of a type of retail store. You can sell various different kinds of products, you can customize a bunch of stuff. It's really hard to explain though, because it's also third-person perspective, not like top-down God mode. If you haven't seen the game yet, it kind of caught fire a little bit once Northernlion took a look at it, and he's still playing the crap out of it. I've played about 50 hours of this off stream, off YouTube, and so we are starting with a fresh campaign mode where we have to start out working very basic contracts for other companies with very basic requirements, and then over time we'll get enough money to start our own corporation and start opening our own stores, and we can hire managers and we can do all sorts of really cool stuff. The game has a surprising mix of rough edges and incredible depth, and the biggest thing is the developer of this game is actually a former retail manager, and so a lot of love has been put into the game based on their previous work, and it definitely shows via just how much detail and how much realism is in the game. So if you have worked retail in the past, I apologize for this may be triggering for you, but we're going to keep it simple. So for this contract, it's very straightforward. We just need to serve 5 customers. This is basically where it's supposed to be for a tutorial. Since I've already played this a bunch, don't really need a tutorial. So we're going to keep it very simple and just literally buy some stuff. Oh, sorry, that is my dad. I will text him later. We need delivery and storage units, and I mean we're gonna literally just get through this as quickly as possible, because I think this is my 3rd campaign now. So I definitely already know what I'm doing in these early ones. So we just need to buy some articles. We can have some shirts, and so just give me 10 of those and 10 of these. And then we can request delivery, and we can just ignore this checklist. We don't need that. I used to get attacked by dogs a lot when I was younger. Had to go to the hospital once. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Adrian. Yeah, when I was with my my ex-wife, we had some dogs that were just not necessarily super well trained, but also just wonderful dogs and very playful and fun. But one of them got a little aggressive at times, to put it mildly, and would fight some of the other dogs. And I tried to get in the middle once, and anyone who's ever dealt with dogs fighting other dogs knows that you should never get in the middle. And I didn't take that warning. And so I jumped in the middle, and you can't see it because it's under my beard, but there's a little patch of skin right here that hair will no longer grow on because it is scarred from getting munched. So the only other thing we need is a register, and that way we can speed through this fairly quickly. We just need to service 5 customers, and then we will be done. We can leave the store, finish this day off, pay rent, yeah, sure, whatever. And then, no, I don't need the tutorial for that. We'll just go right back out the door. See here. It's a clothing store, so I'm gonna just, well, actually, it really doesn't matter that much. This one is just meant to, like, get your feet wet and help you learn the mechanics of the game a little bit. And so I do apologize, some of the screens don't follow the sound settings particularly correctly. So we're going to stand here and fast forward. King of Retail speedrun? Essentially, yeah. I have about 50 hours in the game, and have gotten through the beginning of the campaign at least twice. Yo, Sprinting Fish, thank you so much for the follow. Much appreciated. Glad you're here and hopefully you're enjoying the stream. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. Yeah, so we're just trying to work our way through the campaign as quickly as possible to the point where we're starting our own corporation. Then things will slow down a little bit as we have to take, you know, more careful decision making. So again, I did make a custom currency called R9 for Runt9, obviously. And the main reason why, just to bring this up again, is because by default, I feel like the prices for, it's based off of 70 cents to the US dollar. I feel like things are still a little too expensive for per US dollar. So for example, I think usually these t-shirts get bought for like $6.80. So $4.48 selling for, you know, a basic t-shirt for 13 bucks seems a bit more reasonable. 70 cents. For cents are the breakdown of American dollars. Essentially, 70% of an American dollar is one Runt9 or one R9.
Can you help me?
All right, so I need to go make a sale. Let me show you guys what the sale mechanic looks like. So they don't know what they want. They'd never consider buying that. They would never consider buying that. Well, I'm going to sell you on one of these anyways. So we have happiness, need, and patience. So let's try to improve their happiness. Or actually, we got another shopper in here. Okay, never mind. They're not buying anything. So you can refill their patience. And you can do that every 3 times you click this button. So you basically just try to get this up to full. You get this chance of success up to 100%. And then when you click finish sale, it'll roll along this happiness bar. And
Thanks.
leftover patience gets added to happiness and need. So is R9 closer to AUD or the euro? Let me actually see. EUR to USD. 1 euro is 1.18 USD. Whereas AUD to USD is 0.76. So actually very, very close to the Australian dollar. Like literally only 6 cents more, or the Australian dollar is only 6 cents more than Runt9 or R9 is. I believe this is customer number 5. So there we go. We're done with the first one. That's why, like I said, it just kind of speed run through that one. The next one, there's a little bit more going on. Couldn't figure out which way you went, stronger or weaker than the US dollar. Yeah, so basically, if a shirt costs 10 US dollars, then it will cost 7 R9, essentially is how that works. So this one, we are selling shirts and shoes, and we want a turnover of at least 1120 R9, which basically turnover is revenue. It's another word of for revenue. This game is made by someone who is Danish, I believe, and so you will see some different translations and whatnot. But essentially, this one is very simple, because it's also cumulative. We don't have to make that much money in a single day. So again, we will be speed running it a little bit. They started with some inventory for this one as well. And the fact that I remember this is kind of funny. We'll probably order some shirts to go on here. R9 equals Ronaldo. Maybe. That might be what you're thinking of. We've got some shoes we can throw on here. And then we can order some shirts for the other display. And so the demographics in this game also make things very interesting. So in each store you're in, you're going to have a different combination of these 9 demographics, which we can pull the camera down a little bit. Bring it down to about right there. Each demographic has different wants and needs. And, you know, they have different things for how sensitive they are to price, you know, how much are they willing to spend, how much do they care about quality, fashion, and how luxurious items are. So in this case, we've got a bunch of laborers, pensioners, farmers, They tend to be a little bit more on preferring good quality, low-priced items. So why don't we go ahead and buy 20 more shirts real quick? We have the delivery unit, right? Yes.
Oh, baby!
Yo, Adrian! Thank you so much for the 9 months. Twitch Prime, much appreciated, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh yeah, your subscription badge wasn't here. I don't know how I didn't see that. So let's go look in shirts for some low price, high quality, which, I mean, that's going to be, you know, right in here. We'll order 5 of those. We'll order 5 of those. And so quality is the green bar, fashion is the blue bar, luxury is the purple bar, or pink bar, or fuchsia. Fuchsia is probably the closest to what that actually would be. You know, we can probably throw some of those on there, and then let's scroll down. I think there's some other good ones down here somewhere. Decent fashion-looking stuff. Fuchsia? Yeah, fuchsia I think is along the lines of what that color would be. And we'll throw some sports jerseys in here. We'll order those, get those delivered, and then we can just go ahead and fill up this one. Make sure this is going to be open for customers for tomorrow. We'll fast forward until the shipment gets brought in here. So in my solo playthrough, my corporation started off as a grocery store selling canned goods, added beverages into the mix, and so I was selling a combination of beer, wine, and spirits. Fuchsia, what a weird way to say that. That is how Texans pronounce it. I do not know if there is a pronunciation that is probably more correct, but that is how us here Texans say it. Fuchsia. So in my solo playthrough, I started off as a grocery store selling canned goods and pivoted into beverages, selling wine, beer, spirits, sodas. And then as time went by, I was able to open a second store and get that up and running. So to help with turnover, I'm going to go ahead and spend some money on advertising. We're going to go for Simple Life and just make it big. So there's a lot of mechanics here. I could explain all the mechanics. Really, the best thing you can do is kind of ask specific questions. I say fuchsia? I don't know exactly how to pronounce that, but yeah, the Italian pronunciation is probably a little different for sure. So I believe laborer was our biggest demographic. We need to go small in order to fit them on. Or actually, I always forget, does medium fit? It does not. And then I believe it was pensioner, then farmer. And so basically what I'm trying to do is, how is SIA Shia? Fuchsia? Texas? I wish I had a good answer for you. So I don't think the music in-game is working particularly great. So I'm going to operate under the assumption that I would like to go ahead and move away from the music. We got sightseeing for accountant segment. Oh, okay. Well, we're going to need some inventory. I'm back. What action did I miss? Not much so far. We're just working through the early parts of the campaign. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the in-game music. And we're going to put on my... How do you say... I say it as Siamese. Spotify is updating. We'll get to the music in just a second. All right, stream music. Shuffle ready to go. There we go. Should be at a reasonable volume. So there's going to be 20 accountants coming to our store. We don't really have anything for them. Accountants are relatively high income and have, I think it's high quality, medium fashion. I don't think any of our stuff is going to be high enough quality to get many sales out of that. So one of the other things we can do is we can put a higher priced item or something we really want to see moved a lot out here in the window display. So there is a Street Life kind of sport jacket. This one. We're going to go ahead and put this one out here. That one, basically whatever you put in the windows, you sell more of that item. It's basically just another form of advertising. And then let's try to sell some of these green sneakers. See if we can find those. I believe that's going to be those, but let's just double check that there aren't any others that look exactly like that, which there aren't. We'll go ahead and put the green sneakers out here as well. So basically, I'm just doing this so that we get through this one a little bit faster, because the goal is to get turnover. Looks like I need to bring my camera up just a little bit. Or bring the overlay down a little bit. There we go. And then we're going to stand at the register and go to fast forward and just kind of wait for things to sell themselves. Now, people may ask us to sell stuff for them or help them figure out what to buy. Actually, you know what we need to do is also let's throw some designs up here. This is going to be actually price.
Hey.
So the posters you put up have an effect on basically where people gravitate towards. So you want to put up fashion somewhere that people care a lot about fashion. For this one, I think these are high fashion items, I want to say. And then these are price. That whistle is what happens when someone is waiting at the cash register for you and you need to go over and help them. That's your cue to stop whatever you're doing and go help them at the counter. Let's put up a sign here for price. Honestly, this can very much become a co-op game. Oh, absolutely. This game needs co-op so bad. Because you can 100% have staff members, and so you just need one person to be designated as the manager, and then everyone else can just be like helping you run the store. You can have one of your friends stocking the shelves, one of your friends out there selling, one of your friends working the register, one of your friends sitting at the marketing computer. Because as we'll see, maybe this stream, maybe not this stream, stores can get pretty hectic. These early campaign stores that you're just contracting for are very, very, very low traffic. You know, you'll get, you know, maybe 2 to 3 people an hour. But later on, you can contract for some stuff where you'll see 30, 40, 50 people an hour. So, in addition, like I said, patience gets added to happiness and need when you click finish sale. So you can literally just do that if you don't want to waste the time clicking all the buttons. Get me in, coach. I believe the phrase is put me in, coach. I'll drive away all customers. Yeah, we're going to put you on the marketing computer because I don't think I want you handling sales, Adrian. Although, you know, you do have the bonus of having a really cool European accent, and us Americans are suckers for a good European accent. We'll just have a high-end clothing shop, and by having someone who is actually Italian selling stuff, it'll make our clothes feel like they're that much more expensive. Like that, we have an Italian salesperson selling these Italian clothes. Pay us like $80 for a $5 t-shirt.
Thanks.
So yeah, definitely early on. I'm not necessarily going to play the sales minigame. I'm just happy to click finish sale, let it roll. Whatever RNG decides is whatever it decides. I can talk all day about Armani, Versace. It's funny you say Armani. So one of the companies that you contract for is, oh god, I don't remember exactly what it's called. It's Armina. I think it's Armina, which is very obviously meant to be Armani. Basically, like, that's the clothing store that you kind of contract for at different places to get the money that you need in order to run your corporation. So you can see we've already made 439 R9, and so we're over a third of the way there. Yeah, for the most part, we're going to stand at the register, fast forward.
Hey, have a minute?
You need me to sell you something? Well, I'm just going to come over here and click finish sale. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But, I mean, we've had a pretty good hit rate on our RNG thus far. She did end up buying some stuff. So there you go. Looks like they are buying some stuff as well. With 36, I think that gets us up into the 500s. Yeah, we're over halfway there. Whoa, oh, living on a prayer. So then I believe after this contract is when I usually start my first corporation. So when do you deck build in this? I really want to try to come up with a clever, like, analogy to make it sound like a deck builder, but I honestly don't think I can find a way to link the two. It gets a lot more interesting once we're past some of these initial contracts. We're going to go in and we're going to reorder sales, and then just, I'm going to type in 7 for everything. Now, wise players of this game know that our current delivery palette can't handle that. Here, it's Wednesday, so let's just go to Thursday and set ridiculous hours. So we're going to be open from 2 in the morning until 10 o'clock at night. And that just means that we won't have to go through more days to get through this particular contract. So we don't actually have the delivery room for this, so quickly before they actually get here with our delivery, I'm going to buy another pallet. I don't remember how many we actually have coming in. I think we might need even more than this. So give me a fast forward. Sorry you're having to deliver at 1:30 in the morning, my dude. Alright, so it's full. We'll have to request the rest of it later, but this may just be good enough to get through the sales we need. Yeah, I don't imagine that many people are going to be purchasing stuff at 2 in the morning. But you never know. Some people might just really need to go clothes shopping at 2 in the morning. See? Look at this. We got plenty of people coming in this early. Storage is full with only 1 item left. Yo, look at how many people are in here at 3 in the gosh darn morning. I should have been opening this early forever ago, man. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't get to your sale in time. There were too many people at the register. Because, you know, these super early morning / super late night shoppers. I mean, let's be honest here. We're probably the only clothing store open at this ungodly hour. Oh, you don't need to whistle. I see you. How close are we?
A little help.
We are about 230, 250 bucks away. R9 bucks. Fuchsia. You had to change your name, or your name color to fuchsia. Yeah, let's go over here and make this sale. And by make this sale, I mean click finish sale so I don't have to think too hard. I don't think we've whiffed on one of those yet. We should be getting super close here. Oh, that was a $51 sale. So yeah, basically next sale, and we'll be done with this particular contract. So basically, we just need you to come over here and finish your purchase, and boom, we're done. All right, so in 30 minutes, we've gotten through the 2 initial contracts. So we could found our company. I'm not going to do that, and we could go do this pop-up store. The way pop-up stores work is basically you've got 10 days to sell as much as you possibly can. That one is pretty good. But now that I understand the progression of Armina, I actually am... Yo, what's the frame rate here? I just glanced over at my stream manager and it's all framey. Has it been framey and laggy for anyone else? So basically this one, we're selling shirts and pants. We need a turnover of 3360 R9. Only this screen? Okay. And then a reputation of household name. So this is a good opportunity to talk about what reputation is. See, even here, if a customer leaves in anger, it will hurt your reputation. So on this city info panel, in this particular area, we've got a bunch of accountants and celebrities. So we can definitely sell some higher end stuff. Reputation is how much people know and like your product. It's basically like reputation in the real world. You know, some companies have a better reputation than others for, you know, their quality and price and whatnot. So over time, the more things you sell, the higher your reputation gets. And you can also do marketing to increase your reputation. And that's at the demographic level and at the item level. So what this is saying is household name in the celebrity segment is basically we have to get the celebrity segment, I think, to about like this part on the pie chart so that they actually like haven't just heard of us, but like we're well known. So we got 2800 R9 work with, and we're gonna keep it very simple. I like these displays. And so, well, first let's figure out where I'm gonna put the register. Let's put it up here by the front door, just kind of nestled away in this corner. And then let's just fill up this section with these. Three of those should be good for now. Armani, time to sell Prada. Well, so we aren't Armani, we are Armina. So we sell Drappa here, not Prada. Just by the way. Drappa is our primary brand. For storage, we are going to be buying a bunch of stuff. I'm going to just go ahead and pick up a 60 unit capacity shelving unit. We will likely need to expand this, but we can also probably get by without that. And then the 120 unit delivery box. So we're going to want some good fashion stuff for sure. So let's go ahead and set this up as a fashion one, and we'll set this one up as a fashion one. Nope, wrong one. And I'm not worrying too much about like the store aesthetics and whatnot, since these are temporary contracts and whatnot. As time goes by, we will work on our own stores, and that I will pay a little bit more attention to some details. So we're going to do pants on this one, shirts on this one, and then this is just going to be a mix of pants and shirts of good quality. Let's order some articles. We're going to go to pants, and so we want high fashion and realistically high quality as well. So I'm going to start with La Fashionable. And that's where you just go over here and you go, you know, give me 5 of those. And those are the 1456. This is a 1232. Give me 5 of those. This one's a 1344. Give me 5 of those. And then, yeah, these look good as well. Give me 5 of those. So we're running low on capital here. We'll probably have to wait for some sales to roll in first. I believe that on this store, we still can't take out loans. So why don't we actually just do it this way to get everything on the shelves, and then we'll set up some minimum storage, and I'll kind of show you guys what that looks like. So again, we're looking for high quality, high fashion. So we'll buy one of those, we'll buy one of those, we'll buy one of those, and we'll buy one of those. And then let's take a look at some high quality, low fashion. I think that's where active sports comes in. Or maybe maybe street life. Fun and Games has some decent ones. So why don't we grab one of those and one of those and some pants. Fun and Games has, yeah, those skirts have some pretty decent quality on them. And maybe Street Life. Oh yeah, that's some good quality blue jean. Go ahead and order those, get that delivery in. We'll set everything up, and then we'll set up some minimum storage. For window displays, we want to try to sell, honestly, probably just the shirts that we know are going to be good margin. I believe we got the yellow flannels. And I think we got the blue fancy button downs, the light, like, sky blue color. So we'll go ahead and get those up in the window display as well. So margins are very important in this game, and you can individually price every item to the point where you can very carefully control your profit margins on each item. You know, like, loss leaders are a thing. You can absolutely sell a bunch of something with very low margin and still make a bunch of money. Let's go ahead and unpack these boxes. So, this is where the quality ones go. So we had that skirt, and I believe these pants. No, it was the Street Life, that's right. And then for the shirts, we had the 2 Fun and Games hoodies. Go ahead and load those up on the fashion shelves. This one is all shirts. Get that loaded up. And then over here, this is where the first round of pants will go. Get those loaded up. So we don't have enough money to buy a full stock of all of these. We can go into quick edit articles mode and go ahead and set up a minimum storage of 6 on all of these. The racks can hold 5. 6 just ensures that, you know, we have a little bit of extra buffer. And so you can also see we can control the price as well as add to cart specifically from here. And when you go to the office every day, you have access to the computer, which gives you more ways of managing your storage and your ordering and whatnot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here, and so it's obviously way too expensive. But if I go to order history, I should be able to buy exactly the same thing again. Get that delivered, so we'll have 2 of everything on our racks, and we'll just get through selling those tomorrow. It was probably a little ambitious buying the most expensive register. I don't think we necessarily needed that. We don't have anything in the staff room yet either, which is fine. Although I did just remember the... I don't know that I would call it an exploit. It's a bug that you can take advantage of, which is literally the definition of an exploit, where you can use the marketing computer infinitely during days off, which you can't do in single store mode. So we could actually just sit there, write a bunch of marketing material for celebrities, since that's the segment we need to get to household name, and it would just let us do that. Unfortunately, we can't. And yeah, we're down a little bit in rent, but we will be totally okay here pretty soon. And just to double check, like, we can't take out loans, right? Correct. So if we could, there would be a button there for bank. So Clothing stores I found work best staying around like that 11 to 8 o'clock time window. 9 o'clock is okay, but really like your big rushes seem to be in that, 4 to 5 p.m. Just be open 24/7. So by city ordinance, you can actually only be open from 2 a.m. to 10 p.m. You have to close for at least those 4 hours at night. Don't ask me why those particular hours, but, it is what it is. So we're going to sit at the cash register, we're going to go on 2 times speed, and we're going to let things start happening. Now, there's the obvious detail here that you guys may not have seen this yet, is people will come by your store, and sometimes they'll just stand around, and let's see if we get a bubble over someone's head here. Oh, now it's open for business. We weren't open yet. They'll get a bubble over their head, and you can basically try to sell them to come into your store in the first place. Looks like that accountant is happy to go in either way. See if we get any thought bubbles. Thus far, no thought bubbles. Looks like this accountant is ready to check out, so let's go ahead and take care of them. And then, let's see here. You're blue. I think that is laborer, but laborer and hipster look pretty close. And so each demographic is color-coded by the color of shirt they're wearing. So it's easy to see at a glance. So there we go. So I haven't seen this store before. What do you sell? Well, we sell shirts. And so we can just send it from there.
Thank you.
Still haven't failed an easy roll yet. You did not buy anything, so you're just walking out of the store. So one of the primary metrics you care about in retail is your hit rate. Basically, when someone comes into your store, they are a visitor, and if they buy something, they're a customer. That ratio of visitor to customer is your hit rate. And you want your hit rate to be as close to 100% as possible. I mean, obviously, not 100% of people coming into your store are going to buy something. And definitely not everyone that buys something are going to buy more than one item or very expensive items. But that's essentially what you're gunning for, is you want high hit rate, high basket size. Basket size means how many items that person put in their basket or purchased at a given time. And then your average price per basket, which is basically, what is the average amount that someone spent at your store. So we're going to be in the red here, unfortunately. Let's see if we can't get a couple more sales in. I guess we should probably focus on actually doing this correctly. So get that done and get you into the store. We've got a bunch of people here, so I'm just going to send these, and if they don't happen, they don't happen. Just try to get all 3 of these people into the store. Ah, didn't get there. Because at the moment, I believe our rent was around $250 R9. And so in order to make an actual profit today, we need to sell a lot more stuff. Someone in there needs a salesperson. Yes, how can I help? Shirts. Let me sell you a shirt then. So basically what I'm doing here is just trying to work with the bars, get them as high as possible, click finish sale, and get them to buy something. Alright, we got 2 more sales coming in. And so after this day, we'll probably go ahead and call the YouTube episode here. It's been kind of a lengthy one. King of Retail, kind of like, it has logical stopping points, but at the same time, it doesn't have logical stopping points because you just do another day, and you do another day, and you just keep selling.
Thank you.
Got people out here wondering what we got going on. Why don't I try to convince you? You have no interest? Well, maybe I can change that.
Thank you.
Yeah, now you might want to enter the store, huh? So we definitely got a little ambitious, to say the least. We are going to be open for another 4 hours, and this is getting to be about our peak. $72 is 72 R9 is a good sale. So maybe what we'll do is, for now, let's sell that and buy one of these. And sell that and buy one of these. And just this way we can focus on trying to get inventory and close some sales before we worry too much about getting big chunky deliveries. We sell shirts. Okay, do you have an interest in pants? They are in desperate need of pants, so we should be able to get them into our store pretty easily. And there we go. Easy enough. How about you? Do you care about shirts? Perfect one shows up. You know what? That's good enough for me. Can probably sell you on the store now.
Thank you.
Seems good. And then, yeah, once this day is finished up, we'll go ahead and cut the YouTube episode. And then we'll take a short break for those of you watching on Twitch. Appreciate y'all being here. King of Retail is a fantastic game that I believe one review summed it up the best. This game is way better than it has any right to be. The developer has poured so much time and effort into making this game ridiculously deep. But sometimes those rough edges catch you and you're just reminded that it's got some polish that it needs, for sure. And when I first saw Northernlion pick this game up, I had the feeling of like, oh god, here's another meme game. And now it's, honestly, again, like I said, one of my favorite games of the past couple years, which is just kind of crazy to say considering what the game is. It's such a simple loop, but the loop is so good. I think that was a celebrity who was waiting for a salesperson and I couldn't help them. I do believe that this store gives us the opportunity to hire staff. We are going to end up actually making some profit today despite being down. And it'll actually show up well on the balance sheet because we sold some stuff. But sold some of our delivery and storage units. But even better than that, we did actually come up positive today despite all that. Again, I'm just going to keep trying to get people into the store.
Thank you.
And one of the things we definitely need to do is get a marketing computer. And while stuff is going on out there, we're going to go ahead and get started on writing some blog posts. And so, yeah, basically all you do is you sit here on 2x speed. Oh, hold on. Take a break. There's someone waiting at the register. Don't let them get angry. Make the sale. Let's go. And then you come in an hour early and stay an hour late, so that gives you some perfect time to do some marketing before you got to head back to the office for the night. We're not going to get this post up today, but we'll get there. One thing we certainly could consider is hiring a marketing person, because the turnover, the total revenue, is going to happen easy enough. What's going to be a little bit more difficult is actually getting that reputation up. We got an unread email here. We've got some tourists in town. So 20 people from the pensioner segment will be there tomorrow. That's going to give us, basically that means 20 people will come into our store all at once. And usually what happens is you just get overrun. But also not every one of them is going to buy something. So total articles missing 64. We're going to bring that down to 3 of everything. Because right now we can only take in 30 items via delivery. So let's bring down a couple of these until we hit exactly 30 items for delivery. And so this is also something that I meant to show earlier. So this is part of the information on the segments is price focus, quality, fashion, and service expectancy. And so you can just kind of see how they work out. And you can also see this chart in most places. And so it's basically wealth versus fashion. And, you know, it ends up making a lot of sense as well compared to the real world. We cannot hire staff. Never mind. We do still have to do this one all on our own, which means I'm just going to go put some money into advertising. Let's go for Fashion Land and see if we can't get a good ad out here for the celebrity segment. I don't know if adding 4 celebrity pictures to the same ad has that big of an effect, but it's not going to stop me from trying. So we can run this for 2 days. That seems good enough for now. And then, yeah, like I said, I think that's where we're going to call the first YouTube episode. So when we come back in the next episode, we're going to be finishing off this contract and then going to the next Armina contract, which it's where things start getting a little spicy. We're going to be opening a store next to the university, and that's going to have a very large student populace and just in general, way more foot traffic. You guys can start to see how the game opens up a little bit. We're probably still, you know, 2 episodes, 3 episodes away from starting our own corporation. I don't think we'll end up starting a corporation today on stream, but it all depends on how things go. Maybe we can speed run things a little bit more. But yeah, looking forward to playing more King of Retail. Seems like people on Twitch are having a good time. So y'all stick around. For those of you out on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you like this and want to see more like it in the future. Come check us out live on twitch.tv/Runt9plays 4 days a week to see more awesome stuff like this. But until next time, I'm Runt9, and I'll see you later.